Hello friends, welcome to this video on microfabrication. First of all, what is mean by microfabrication? Microfabrication is the process of fabricating miniature structure of micrometer scale and smaller. In layman's term, it's process of manufacturing machine or its part at micro scale or smaller. What is micrometer? Micrometer is SI unit. It is 1 millionth of a meter, so it's very small. What are the example of microfabricated devices? Integrated circuits, also called as microchips, micro electromechanical systems, and micro optoelectrical mechanical system, microfluidic device, solar cell, flat panel display, sensors, especially biosensors, nanosensors, fuel cells. These are the example of microfabricated devices. Now let's talk about microfabricated processes. In brief, microfabrication is actually a collection of technologies which are utilized in making micro devices. Some of them have very old origins and not connected to manufacturing, like lithography or etching. Polishing was borrowed from the optics manufacturing, and many of the vacuum techniques come from 19th century physics research. Electroplating is also 19th century technique adapted from produced micro structure, and there are very many other technologies which are adapted for my microfabrication. Microfabricated process to fabricate a micro device. Many devices must be performed one after the other many times repeatedly. These processes typically include depositing a film, patterning the film with desired microfeatures, and removing or etching portion of the film. Thin film metrology is used typically during each of these individual processes steps to ensure the film structure has to desired origins process P-type substrate in semiconductor microfabrication. For example, in memory chip fabrication, there are some 30 lithography steps, 10 oxidation steps, 20 etching steps, 10 doping steps, and many other are performed. So you can see how complicated this process can be. The complexity of the microprocess can be described by their mask count. These are number of different patterns learned that constitute the final devices. Modern microprocessors are made with 30 masks, while a few masks surface for a microfluidic device or a laser diode. Microfabrication resembles multiple exposure photography. Substrate for microfabrication. Microfabricated devices are not generally freestanding devices, but are usually formed over or in a thicker support substrate. For electronic application, semiconducting substrates such as silicon wafer can be used, which is very popular. For optical devices or flat panel display, transparent substrates such as glass or quartz are common. The substrate enables easy handling of the micro devices through though many fabrication steps. Often, many individual devices are made together on a substrate and then singulated on the separate devices toward the end of the fabrication process. Deposition or growth. Microfabricated devices are typically constructed using one or more thin films. The purpose of these thin films depends on the types of devices. Electronic devices may have thin films which are conductors, metals, insulator, dielectrics, or semiconductors. Optical devices may have film which are reflective, transparent, light guiding, or scattering. Film may also have a chemical or mechanical purposes as well as for MEMS application. Example of deposition techniques for microfabrication. These are the microfabrication techniques: thermal oxidation, local oxidation of silicon, chemical vapor deposition, which have another part APCVD, LPCVD, PECVD. Physical vapor deposition have three other parts: sputtering, evaporation deposition, electric beam PVD, and epitaxy. Patterning. It is often desirable to pattern film onto distinct feature or form openings in some of the layers. These features are on the micrometer or nanometer scale, and the patterning technology is what defines microfabrication. The patterning techniques typically uses mask to define a portion of the film which will be removed. Example of patterning techniques include photolithography, etching. Etching is the removal of some portion of the film or substrate. The substrate is exposed to an etching, such as acid or plasma, which chemically or physically attacks the film until it's removed. Etching techniques include dry etching and wet etching. Microforming. Microforming is a microfabrication process of microsystem or micro electromechanical system. Uh, Parts of structure with at least two dimensions in sub-millimeter range. It includes techniques such as micro extrusion, micro stamping, and micro cutting. These and other micro forming processes have been envisaged in research since at least 1990s, leading to the development of industrial and experimental grade manufacturing tools. Other processes. A wide variety of other processes for cleaning, planarizing, or modifying the chemical properties of the microfabricated devices can be performed. Some example include doping by either thermal diffusion or ion implantation, chemical mechanical planarization, vapor cleaning also known as surface preparation, and wire bonding. Cleanliness and vapor fabrication. Microfabrication is carried out in clean rooms where the air has been filtered of pat, uh, particle contamination and temperature, humidity, vibration, and electrical disturbances are under stringent control. Smoke, dust, bacteria, and cells are micrometer size, and their process will destroy the functionality of the microfabricated devices. Thank you.